What is up, YouTube? Back again. Beautiful Monday. I want to talk briefly about. I'm gonna give you. I wrote down some things here. I'm gonna give you the 5 things that I feel right now are helping me the most. I think last week I made a video talking about Ali Abdaal and the book that I'm reading, and those are 2 things that, of course, made the list again. But over the weekend I had a little more time to think about it, and I wanted to give you the things that I feel like are really, really helping me right now, because I've come a long ways in just a couple weeks. So anyways, yeah, a couple weeks ago I was, life was a mess. I mean, not terrible by any means, but just, laundry was piling up, dishes were piling up, you name it, just generally cleaning up around the house, lists of projects within my business, lists of projects around the house, yeah, like I said, you name it, list was stacking up. I wasn't taking care of any of it. I was playing a lot of video games. So anyways, that's me, but these are the 5 things that I feel like really are truly helping me right now. I want to let you guys know, if you're in the same boat potentially as me, you're hoping to kind of turn things around, get things together here. Basically, what's going to help you get your shit together? So, number 1, Ali Abdaal. Again, told you he was going to make the list. So he had this really great piece of advice that I've kept in my mind and has come to my mind on a daily basis, probably since I've heard it. So that is that we should kind of treat ourselves like robots, in a good way, not a bad way. We're not going to work ourselves to death, but like, if you program a robot to do something and it doesn't do it, or it does it wrong, or whatever it might be, we don't get mad or yell at that robot for doing it wrong. We just realize, okay, there's a bug in the operating system somewhere. Let's find it. Let's fix it. What went wrong? Where did we go wrong? How do we fix it? That's how we address a robot that isn't functioning properly, right? But like with ourselves, if we do something wrong or bad or fail or fall short, we tend to get upset with ourselves, mad at ourselves, not necessarily yell at ourselves, but just a lot of negative thoughts towards ourselves because we didn't do something quite right. And that's a really bad path to go down, because it just leads to more negative thoughts and negative feelings. So try to treat yourself more like a robot when when you do fall short or fail. Say, hey, okay, what went wrong there? Why did I do that? Like, for me, video games is a big thing. Like, if I just stop playing video games and just take care of what I need to take care of, I'm good, right? But video games are really fun, and I'm at my home all day, and I can just go play video games at any point in time, right? So, like, for me, if I am trying to do a task, trying to get something done, and maybe I go into my room where I've got my video game, set up. Maybe I'm trying to get something done, and I walk into my room, I see the game system, I'm like, oh man, that'd be fun to play right now. And I go start playing, and then later on in the day, I'm like, shit, I was supposed to get this done, that done, and I just played video games all day. Like, don't, I shouldn't be getting mad at myself. What I should do is say, okay, what happened? Where'd I go wrong? Well, I was trying to get this done. I walked into my room. I saw the game system. I got distracted. So, maybe next time it's like, okay, if you're working on this project, you're trying to get this done, let's stay out of the room. Let's stay away from the room. If we're going to see the console and get distracted, let's just stay out of that room. That's one thing that I could try to do to stay more focused and keep working on the things I should be working on. So that's just one example. But that idea overall, treating yourself more like a robot, finding out, okay, what went wrong, why did it go wrong, how can we fix it? That's a much better way to approach bad habits rather than putting those negative thoughts and feelings onto yourself. So that's a big one. Like I said, like every day that's been popping up in my head and helps me a ton. I love it. Hopefully you do too. Number 2, so again, I said reading the book was going to make the list again. I really truly believe it's been helping me. Again, I feel like most of the things in this book I probably already know. I'm somewhat aware of them, but because of the fact that I'm reading them and I'm aware now on a daily basis. I mean, maybe not daily. I don't read it every day, but I'm more aware of the bad and the negative habits that I'm falling into because I'm reading this book. So again, these aren't things that I've never known. I'm not like finding out things that's like, wow, life changing, but it's just keeping me more aware of those negative and bad habits that I so easily fall back into. You read something and it's like, oh, I do that. I do, that is one of my bad habits. I do fall into that. So again, reading this book, I think, has truly helped me just more consistently be more aware of those negative and bad habits. So that's number 2. Find a good book to read that's gonna, kind of orient you towards your goals or direct you, whatever it might be. Read a book. That's number 2. Number 3, sorry, I'm feeling a little sick today, so I got some stuff going on. I'm gonna keep kind of clearing my throat here, but number 3, making lists of what I need to do and like a rough framework of time that I should be doing them in helps a lot. I'm not like on like any type of like rigid schedule where it's like, okay, I've got an hour doing this, I've got an hour doing that. It's more like, okay, I've got 5 hours today. Here's the list of things I need to work on. I think I can get this done, and this done, stuff like that. So I've always made lists. It's actually, in the past, maybe lists were bad for me just because of the way I was going about them. Like I would always, when I would get in the mood to be more productive and get things done, I would sit down, I'd make a list, but I'd make a list of like every possible thing I could think of that I needed to do, and it would turn into this just long, overwhelming list. And I think that's worse because it's such a big list, it's so overwhelming, like your brain it just can't figure it out. It can't process the time it's going to take to do all these tasks, how to go about, where to even start, right? So being a little more rigid with my lists of, okay, these 4 things absolutely need to get done. Here's a couple that maybe I'd like to get done but really aren't that important, and if there's anything that I know for sure it's not important, like at all, it's not even going to make the list anymore, right? So making lists, giving myself a kind of loose framework of the time that I should be getting these things done in is helping a lot. I know it's not like a big revelation. Everybody says lists are good. I agree. That's number 3. Number 4, getting 15 minutes into boring tasks is major. Now, I'm not like setting any type of timer. So for example, like laundry or cleaning or dishes. So my house was a mess like a couple weeks ago, crap everywhere, unorganized. It's been that way for like 2 years since I moved into this place. But a couple weeks ago, I got serious about, getting stuff done, and I do and I don't enjoy organizing and cleaning. Like at times I do, most of the time no, but I think this is why I enjoy it at times, what I'm going to talk about here. So if you can get yourself 15 minutes into a task, you really hit a flow state of whatever that task is. It doesn't matter what the task is. Like I said, cleaning, laundry, dishes, boring stuff. I have found that if I get just 15 minutes or so into that task, again, I'm not setting any type of timer. It's like, okay, I'm 15 minutes in, this task should be fun now. Like, no, that's not the case. It's just, I kind of pay attention to the time, but it seems like it's about, 10, 15 minutes of getting into these more boring tasks that I really don't want to do. If I can just force myself to do it and start doing it and just do it, like I said, for 10, 15 minutes, you start to hit that flow state, like where it actually starts to, you're kind of getting good at it and it kind of starts to be fun. So like with organizing, I cleaned up my house a couple weeks ago and didn't want to, but it's like, I gotta do this, I gotta get it done. So started, like I said, I'm about 10, 15 minutes into cleaning, organizing my house. I was having a blast. I hit that flow state, absolutely. Like, I had so many things just everywhere, and I had no organization, but as soon as I got that 10, 15 minutes into cleaning the house, I was having a blast. Like, it was fun. I was, seeing all these things laying around. It's like, ooh, that can go there, that can go there, that can go there. You start to like group things together and organize, and it's like, ooh, I've got a good spot for that now. So hopefully that kind of makes sense to you guys. I'm sure we've all kind of felt that way at times, but just the things that you really don't want to do, just do it. Just start doing it. If you can get yourself about 10, 15 minutes into that task, even if it's a boring task, it's probably not going to happen every time. I'm not going to say this is a magic cure-all, but I truly think if you can get yourself that far into a task, you're going to get past that blah feeling of I don't want to do this, and it'll start to get a little more fun. It's like, okay, I'm into it now. So that's number 4. My 5th reason, this is probably one of the bigger ones, and I think it's a great piece of advice, so hopefully you feel the same. Number 5, stopping fun projects when it's time. So in the past, when I would make a list, there might be a fun project on that list, something that I'm more excited about, that I actually care about, and it's in the list with laundry and dishes and cleaning, and don't want to do any of that stuff, but I want to do this fun project. So of course I would start with the fun project. Now, I don't have any specific examples, but I would start on the fun project. It might take a day, 2 days, a week, a couple weeks, whatever it might be. I mean, I've built like sheds and stuff, and I kind of like that kind of stuff. I like that kind of work. But it takes a while, and what would happen is I would neglect the things that I should be doing consistently, like dishes and laundry and cleaning. I would neglect those to solely focus on this fun project, and I wouldn't do anything else for days or weeks at a time. I would just focus on that fun project. Meanwhile, all these other things that I should be addressing are building up, stacking up, none of it's getting done. And then finally, you finish the fun project, and that thing that was driving you to do any type of work whatsoever, that fun project, is now done, it's complete, and now you're just left with all the crap that you didn't want to do, that you still have to do, is now piled up and multiplied, so it's even worse. And the thing that was, like I said, driving you and giving you motivation is now done, it's complete, all that motivation drops off, and you've got nothing besides a list of crap that you don't want to do that has now piled up and stacked up. So, if you're following along here, what is truly helpful is if you're limiting the time that you're working on those fun projects. This is really helping me right now. So, with my kind of loose framework, I'm making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to be doing, like laundry and dishes and cleaning. And I've still got time for these other, more fun projects, but I'm cutting myself off mid-project. And like the way I am, I love getting into a project and just sticking with it and just working on it until it's done. I really do not like stopping these more fun projects to go work on the more boring stuff. But it is helping me so much to do that. Like if I can just stop working, mid-project, go do the things that, I need to do and I should be doing, it's giving me way more joy and motivation to wake up the next day, because I know that, it's the next step, or I'm working further into that fun project. And I'm excited about that. I'm waking up like, I get to get back to that project today. There's a little bit of laundry or whatever dishes to do today too, but I get to go back and work on that project again. And it's just, that is major. I hope you're following me. I hope you can understand. If you can set aside time to work on the fun projects reasonably, not completely, and you can stay focused on the kind of boring stuff that you don't really want to do as well, it's going to help you a ton. I promise. You will wake up happy, motivated. You're like, man, I gotta finish that other project. I can't wait. I'm excited to work on that. I gotta do these dishes and laundry today, but that's no big deal. I've got a little bit of time to work on that fun project later today too. So trust me, it helps a lot. Again, I would spend days, weeks, maybe even longer at times working on these fun projects. All the other crap would build up. I would finish the fun project. All that joy and motivation of being excited to finish it is gone. It's dropped off. It's like when you, when you have this big goal and you reach it, and then you're like, oh, I thought I really wanted, and like you do really want to finish and reach these goals, but like once you get them and you reach them, all that fun, joy drops off. And if you're living your entire life like that, which I totally was, it's not great. You gotta set aside time to do the boring crap that you don't want to do, and also have time for your fun projects. But you've gotta properly schedule that so that it's of benefit to your motivation. I promise you will wake up happy, motivated every single day if you've got a fun project to work on, but you're also tackling the things that need to get done. So I hope that makes sense. I hope these 5 things help you. I'm trying not to keep any secrets here. I'm trying to give you guys the good stuff, the stuff that's truly helping me. I'm like 2-3 weeks into kind of getting my shit together here. So hopefully all that rambling helps somebody. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if any of this helps. I love comments. I got 1 comment, I think, yesterday. It was great. It was amazing. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. We'll see you.